Good afternoon, Jeffery, President and Founder, Golden Mastermind Seminars Incorporated. Welcome to Tuesday Facebook Live, the Tuesday podcast. It's good to be here with you. The topic for today's Facebook Live is the psychology of recruiting. Alexis Toledo, good to see you this afternoon, and it's going to be an honor to meet you in 3 short days. I've heard so much about you. So the topic for today's call is the psychology of recruiting. For those of you who are my coaching clients, here's one of my signature products right here, the psychology of closing. I created this content in 2005. So factor, that's 19 years ago right there, psychology of closing. And if you are a coaching client, that product is in your back office, as is this product right here, Personalities for Success, the Animal Factor, and this is on the 4 main personality types. And I created that product on cassette in 1999. So that is definitely back in the day on audio cassettes. Yes, I am that old. My first audio cassette was called Power Prospecting and Sorting for Professionals. So I will also have that content on a single CD at my event this weekend at the Millionaire Blueprint. So if you're just joining me this afternoon, the topic for today's Facebook Live is the psychology of recruiting. I am a master recruiter, a master closer, and a master sales professional. And for the last 36 plus years, I have been a sales professional. And then for the 26 plus years, I've been teaching sales skills. How to close a sale, how to ask for the order, how to ask the questions in a sequence, the psychology of persuasion, how to be able to set the sale, how to ask for the sale at the end of a conversation, how to ask for the sale throughout the conversation, and how to be skilled at the art of communicating. Because there's 3 facets of recruiting, and that is, there is fact-finding, rapport building, and small talk. And that's the art of communication. Now, if you own a business and you are seeking talent, you're seeking talent as an employee for your employees, or you're seeking talent to join your team. So if you're a realtor, an insurance agent, insurance broker, if you're a network marketer, direct sales professional, if you own a small business and you're looking for sales professionals, it is important that you understand the psychology of recruiting and you become skilled at recruiting. If your objective is to create a 7-figure business in a leveraged business where you're getting paid we're getting paid profits off the efforts of other people, then your ability to attract and recruit will be paramount to your success. If you are not skilled at recruiting, then that relegates you to the law of averages. And so that will keep you making anywhere from $1,000 a month, maybe up to $10,000 a month. But to have that quantum leap to go from 4 figures and 5 figures a month to 7 figures in a calendar year, your ability to attract and recruit will make or break your business. And if you just keep recycling the same situation over and over, if you're in the same dysfunctional relationships, in the same dysfunctional situations over and over, you will continue to attract your reality, the same situation, to fulfill the same set of feelings. And this is why recruiting is a skill. It's a clarity skill. You become very clear on who you seek to attract. I coached a woman today, and she's focused on single moms. And I asked her, why single moms? Why not people? And by the end of our conversation, we had stretched her belief from seeking single moms in her business to seeking people in her business. And why not having single men? Why not having single women? I mean, I was a single man throughout my entire 30s, and I became a 7-figure income earner while being a single man. I mean, you want to be able to attract your reality quality, like-minded success seekers who have a vision, who have a money mindset, who want to use your vehicle as their vehicle to create their wealth. So recruiting is a skill. And to be skilled at recruiting, it's important that you feel comfortable with yourself, that you are good enough. And if you're not good enough, if that's the energy that you're transmuting and giving off, then you'll attract narcissists, perpetrators, and violators to fulfill your feelings. You'll attract people who are non-committed. You'll be attracting broken souls from broken homes with broken bones. You'll be attracting to reality the same situation to fulfill your own low self-esteem. So when you're transmuting your belief, and your belief is that you're not good enough, you're going to attract your reality, people and situations to fulfill those feelings. Attraction is a skill, and the ability to attract is a byproduct of your telepathic message. So are you telepathing a message that you're good enough, that you're capable, that you're the leader that people are looking for? And it doesn't matter what's in your bank account. What matters is your belief. And the whole fake it till you make it routine, well, that's just fake. I've never taught that. I teach that the way you show up in your business right here, right now is called posture. You either have posture or you don't. In the 90s, and between 1996 and 7 and 8, as I was transitioning from $100,000 in credit card debt to a 7-figure year, I was called the king of posture in my specific company. It's a term that I coined, posture, the way you posture up, the way you pony up. Well, posture is projection. And if you project that you're comfortable with yourself, if you project that you're capable, if you project that you're the leader that people are looking for, it's going to enhance your ability to attract your reality, the 1, 3, 5, 7 people that you require to create a leverage business. So attraction breaks down to not only are you attractive, not just physically, but are you attractive emotionally? Is your self-esteem comfortable? Are you comfortable in yourself? Is your energy, are you openly available? Are you transmuting your energy from higher consciousness? Are you transmuting your energy from lack, poverty consciousness, debt? Are you transmuting your energy from procrastination and avoidance? Are you transmuting your energy from chronic worrying? Are you transmuting your energy from pulling it off at the last minute syndrome? And these are the situations that will keep you either avoiding the business or attracting to reality the same situation to fulfill the same set of feelings. Now, back in the day, I covered this in 2005, I produced this old school CD set, and this was 2005. I produced this in 1999, originally on audio cassette. Look at me, I was 40 years old back then. I was actually 42 years old when that picture was taken. So right there is where I was back in the day. And so I learned the personalities. I learned Myers-Briggs type indicators. At the time, I was an ESTJ back in the day when I was a teenager. And I learned the personality types from Bill Gould way back in the day. And he used the 4 color system of red, green, yellow, and blue. And so I began to understand personalities. And for you to be able to be a skilled recruiter, it's important that you understand people. So that means that you have auditory skills, that you hear. I'm right-handed. I'm very skilled at listening with both ears. I'll lean in with my left ear so I can hear what people mean, not just what they say. David Silverman, who's joined me, David, remember this. David, remember this? This is how I looked when I was 42 years old. David was my client back then. David was my client in 2002, hired me in Buffalo and Rochester, New York, way back in the day. David actually saw me. I did an event once in Rochester, and the host of the event forgot the whiteboard, and he owned an insurance office, so I asked him if I could write on his wall, and I wrote with a black magic marker on the guy's white wall on the paint, and then I told him I'd pay to paint the wall. He goes, "No, dude, I'm going to leave that there." It was a landmark night. It was an event we did on a Thursday night, on a very snowy night in Rochester, New York, back in 2002. Yes, I am that old. I'm going to be 68 soon. This is back in the day when I was in my early 40s when I was teaching this content. And the content I taught then is a lot of the content I still teach now, and that is be a skilled recruiter. Recruiting is a skill. There's a skill and a science to attracting to reality the quality, like-minded success seekers that you can collaborate and incorporate into your enterprise. And it is an absolute gift and a habit, skill, and mindset to be skilled at recruiting. But the number one step in it is you must feel good enough. You must be good enough. You must feel good enough. And that means lovable, capable, and you have the ability to attract. And you don't have these stories in your head about not being good enough, and you step into your power of it. David Hammer, congratulations. I heard you led your sales team, and that is awesome. Josh let me know that you are crushing it. So back in the day. Say David Silverman's going, yes, I remember that back in the day. He's laughing about it. Brianna, good to see you. Josiah, good to see you. Thank you. 2 young teenagers joining me today as I am the coach of their father. It's truly an honor that this young men and young woman are on my call or on my Facebook Live here this afternoon. Who do you recruit? That's what you determine. Who is your ideal candidate? Who do you want on your team? Well, if you have a football team, you have to have a quarterback, a separation receiver, a shutdown cornerback, an end that can rush, and you have to have a left tackle that can protect your backside. I mean, these are some of the situations that you look for when you're building a team. But when you're developing a network marketing team, a real estate team, an insurance team, you're looking for people who have clarity, people who have a vision. You're looking for people who are money motivated. You're looking for people who have service and value qualities. They're able to service the clients. They have a value proposition. You're looking for people who have a demeanor that's conducive to having them in your circle of influence. You're not looking for a narcissist. You're not looking for someone who's a whiner and a complainer. You're not seeking someone who's going to disrupt the team. You're looking for someone who's a team player, someone who shows up big time in big time games. Big time players show up in big time games. That is posture. And then it's important that you believe that I am a skilled recruiter. So even in the past, if that hasn't happened, you step into your power of it and you believe that I am a recruiter. So in the law of large numbers, Shauna, good to see you this afternoon. Thank you for having your children on today's call. That is amazing. So it's an honor to have been your coach and to have both your son and daughter here with me this afternoon. That is Shauna Fellaini, who is a top-tier producer in her direct sales company, and it's an honor to have you with me. And as you know yourself, Shauna, that recruiting is a skill. When you continue to attract people who are broke, and then you think you're going to rescue them and save them, these people are soul suckers. They will suck the life out of you. If you're codependent and you think you're going to go out and rescue and save people and prop them up and loan them money and get them to a place of significance, it doesn't happen. What they will do is typically suck the life out of you. And you will learn this the good old-fashioned hard way as you start to develop your own independence rather than codependence, and you start to move into codependent recovery, so you stop enabling, over-obligating, doing more for others than you do for yourself. Because when you create a team that's dependent on you, then you have a team that's mentor-dependent. The objective is to be able to create a team of independent, like-minded success seekers who independently can produce on their own and duplicate at the same time. Because duplication is not complication. If you're complicated, you'll continue to attract your reality, the same situation to fulfill your feelings, and then you'll be rescuing and saving these broken pets, these pretty little pets, in these broken souls that you continue to surround yourself to fluff up your own low self-esteem. I've done it a time or 100, and it is exhausting. And what happens is you reach a place in your money called the law of the lid. Kip May was my client many years ago. Kip May was my client 15 years ago. Kip May, this was me back when I was 42. That was a little after your time. And this was me when I was 44 back in the day. So see that? That's how I was back in the day. That's how long I've been in this game. I've been a coach for 26, going on 27 years. I've coached over 9,000, approaching 10,000 clients, and coached over 100,000 hours. David Harris has just joined me. David was my coaching client beginning in 2010, and David was my millionaire apprentice for many years. For those of you who ever saw the boat that I rehabbed, the 18-foot Continental Chris-Craft, amazing boat. David was the rehabber of that boat, and then I sold it to him. It was an amazing dream come true for him and me. You know the boat story? The best day you get a boat is the day you buy it, and the second best day is the day you sell it. Well, David now owns the producer. So thank you for being here. Fallon, thank you. Cheryl, thank you. Thank you all for being here this afternoon on the psychology of recruiting. Recruiting is a skill. So in recruiting, you learn to let go of your anxiety, fear, and doubt about the outcome that hasn't happened. One of those important situations that you let go of is this anxiety about recruiting. And you want to let go of what you think other people are going to say. So when I showed someone recently, I went to a restaurant with one of my clients, and I showed her how to recruit the waiter. And the waiter's name was Jonas. And I said, Jonas, do you keep your options open for additional streams of income? I asked Jonas a qualifying question. Jonas checked out and he told me he was going to film school. That's not what I asked. You know what? I didn't ask him if he was going to film school. I asked him if he kept his options open. And I said, Jonas, that is awesome that you're going to film school, but do you keep your options open for additional streams of income? I asked the same question twice. He checked out again. He disqualified himself. I thanked him and let him go, and he still got a $100 tip for his service that evening. And that's what you understand is not everybody does not qualify to be in your business. They don't qualify to be in your team. They don't qualify to be a customer because they aren't interested. They will give you one of 5 objections. They will let you know that they're not interested by checking out. They will let you know that they will get back to you. They will let you know that they have to think about it. They will let you know that they don't have the resources. And then they will also let you know that they require the research. They got to do the research. And then last but not least, they have to check with someone else, the fireman, the dog catcher, someone down the street in the same financial level that they are. And you learn not to personalize this because you are becoming in recruiting, in the law of recruitment, you are non-attached. When you are not attached to the outcome, it means you're not attached. It means that you can let people come and go and you don't have a story around them and they're not ghosting you. They're not gaslighting you. What many people do is they will tell you a lie because they have challenges committing and they will put off the commitment and they will tell you they will get back to you or do any one of these situations that these people do because they are commitment phobic. And when you're commitment conscious, you spot this. And you can spot a commitment phobic person miles away because their mouth moves and they lie to you. I mean, I almost said the F word. Oh my God. So, I mean, I've been a sales professional since I was a teenager. I started selling Time Life books on the telephone in a boiler room in Denver, Colorado when I was 19 years old. I was selling the Cowboy series. Then they graduated me up into another room where I was selling the gardening series. Then I graduated from college with a degree in radio and television, and I started selling radio and television advertising right out of the gate. I got fired every freaking job I ever had because I would show up with a hangover. I would have 2 and 3 jobs at one time, and I was just not cut out for a job. So I would go through a series of direct sales businesses, straight commission, and I floundered in my 20s. I remember Ernie Dipple, who was the president of E.F. Hutton in Kansas City, Missouri. I knew his son, Mark Hipple. I used to get hammered with his son. And I got interviewed with them. They hired me. They thought, Jeff, you'd be a fine man for E.F. Hutton. And, well, I lasted 5 days on that job. I mean, 5 straight hangovers, and this was not for me. But when I turned 31, at the end of my 31st year on this planet in 1988, a significant situation happened to me. On December 17th, 1988, I had my last drink of alcohol. And that was the breakthrough factor for me, because that very next day, I didn't have a drink for the first time in 14 years. And after 26 days in a heroin clinic, in an alcohol heroin clinic, I stepped foot back out into society, and I had an existing job selling Yellow Page advertising, and I went out that month and I freaking crushed it. I bonused this book, this little book in Patterson, California. I sold one auto dismantler. I sold him into 46 books in one afternoon, and it made a record in Southwestern Bell, and I knew that this was my career. I eventually started with Amway very soon after that, and that led me to Herbalife, which was my first real company where I had any success with. I spent 4 years or 3 years in the Herbalife culture. I saw Jim Rohn, met Mark Hughes, had a few rank advancements, and I was hooked on that industry. And I spent the next 7 years right to recruit and lead. And so if you're in a leverage business, your ability to ask the questions in a sequence, your ability to spot talent, your ability to onboard teammates, your ability to lead by example, and then bring people into a culture where you don't have to be the issue. Ideally, you bring teammates into a culture where there's a team culture where your teammates can flourish so that you're not the issue. The objective is never to create a team of mentor dependency. The objective is to create a team of independent sales representatives who can create on command in a culture that's conducive to creating love, joy, bliss, enlightenment, and camaraderie. I mean, that's the ideal situation that you are creating from being in business for yourself, not by yourself, in a team culture. And when you become skilled at this, you will be able to spot the talent. You'll be able to let people go easily and effortlessly. You won't seduce yourself into romancing someone's outcome. You'll be able to let go easily and effortlessly and understand that success is based on a principle called the law of the few. Only a few people have the resolve. Only a few people will persevere. Only a few people will stay in the process long enough to master their emotions to become skilled at the process of recruiting. So the content for today is the psychology of recruiting. I'm going to go ahead and hit the replay button. So if you want to listen to this again, or if you're listening to this tomorrow or someday, go ahead and hit the replay button. Let me know that you are listening to this on recording. If you are new to my content and have never coached with me, I offer free 20-minute coaching sessions for first-time clients. If you're a former client and you'd like to ask me about my unique marketing proposition for 2025, if you'd like to re-engage my services, I would be honored to speak to you. You can go to my website, goldenmastermind.com. At the very top, it says request a 20-minute call, or you can go straight to Facebook Messenger and send me a message. I would be honored to speak to you. So in my psychology of recruiting, is there anyone on the line today that requires a coach? Is there anyone on the line that deserves a coach? Is there anyone on the line today that would like to rehire me that's a former client? If so, I would be honored to speak to you. So I ask the commitment question, the trial closing question, ABTC, always be trial closing. Have a great afternoon.